Welcome back everyone to the Real South Dakota Men YouTube channel. Today, we're doing an oil change. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so what we are doing right now, we're going to be doing a new series on this channel. It won't be every week, but it'll be, I don't know, sporadically whenever we feel like it. It is called The Basics of Doing Anything. And it's going to be shorter videos, but it's going to be just essential skills that you should know for your everyday life. Everyone should know how to do an oil change. Oil changes are preventive maintenance on your car. It's just something you should always be doing. Not changing your oil can do really bad things to your car. So this is something you definitely need to know how to do. And if you do it yourself, you'll know it's done right. So stick around with us. We're headed to Wally World. Alright, Isaac, what are we looking for?
This is the good stuff, if you watch Project Farm at least.
The two things you're looking for when you're doing an oil change. You need oil and you need an oil filter. Always replace your oil filter when you do an oil change. It's just standard operating procedure, just always do it. Always check the owner's manual of your car and find out what oil you need. Mine requires 5W30. We're running out of battery, so I'll tell you what the numbers mean back at the house. And now on finding a filter. Alright guys, when you're getting oil filters, never get Fram. Fram is absolute cheeks.
Especially in diesels, because the paper inside of the filter will just fall apart and get in your engine, which could cause issues.
Fram is cheeks. Pretty much anything on the shelf other than Fram, you're good to go. For the Tahoe, we need a... Oh. Alright, we're getting this one. It's a M1 206A. So we will catch you guys at the checkout. And boom, we're back in the garage right now. So we are going to put the car up on some ramps so it's easier to get under there and work on it. And then we're going to get started with the oil change. Alright boys, when you have your car up on ramps, make sure that you applicate your parking brake. Just so you don't Jeffrey Epstein yourself.
Jeffrey Epstein?
What? Alright boys, so what I said at Walmart about my car needing 5W30, we're going to explain what those numbers mean right now.
Okay, so you know how it says 5W30 right here? 5W is basically the weight of the oil. It's basically...
It's how thick your oil.
Your thickness. And then the 30 is basically how thick it is in the cold. And you definitely want to make sure that it is API serviced and approved.
Alright guys, so what Isaac was talking about is this API certification right here. This means that it was approved by the American Petroleum Institute. It means it's been laboratory tested. You know it's good for your car. You know you're getting a good product. This won't damage your engine in any way. So yeah guys, let's get on to the oil change. We're gonna show you everything.
Okay.
Alright guys, so let's go over the materials you're going to need to do this oil change. Pennzoil, your oil of choice, oil filter, some gloves, a socket, and a wrench. The socket size for my oil plug specifically is 15 millimeters. Last but not least, the only kind of specialized tool you're going to need, you could get by without it, but it's easier with it, is an oil filter wrench. And this one we actually need a spacer with because it's a little too big for my filter, but that basically makes it a lot easier to take your oil filter off. That is the only real tools you're going to need. A creeper is also nice, but that's not necessary. You just might get a little dirty. We're just using a creeper because if you can see, it is frick-frackin' moist under there. One more thing as well, you're going to need a collection thing to catch the old oil in. A drain pan, yeah, there you go. Let's get into the first, let's start the process. This is it's a quick process, it takes you 25 minutes max probably. Paper towels also to clean up any spills. Let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is locate your oil drain plug. It should be on the bottom of your oil pan. It shouldn't be that hard to find, but it's just a little plug. This is a 15 millimeter nut. So we're going to just go ahead and loosen that with the socket, making sure that the oil pan is positioned below it. Guys, I'm going to warn you now, this is pretty much the messiest step of the process. There's basically no way you can do this without getting oil everywhere. Hey, are you gonna put the oil pan below it?
It is. You might want to call me Chris Fix on this one.
Oh my gosh.
God dang it!
It's a healthy stream. So now we're going to pop the hood. So this is where you're going to fill your oil. A lot of times, the type of oil you need is listed right on the oil cap, such as right here, engine oil SAE 5W30. So now comes the task of removing the oil filter, which is, at least on my car, just about the worst thing on the planet. And we'll show you how to properly replace your oil filter with the new one. Because there is a bit of a technique to it, but not that much. So we're gonna show you how to remove the old one, properly put the new one on. So join me back under Earl. So the oil filter, if you can see that, it's that white thing, right up there. It's gonna be somewhere probably pretty close to your drain plug if I had to guess. And one thing you really do not want to do, guys, do not over tighten your oil plug. There is such a thing as too tight, because you can strip out the threads and then you are just completely boned because your oil plug is stuck in your oil pan.
At that point, you just have to check an ad.
Yep, check an ad. Alright guys, so in a pinch, instead of using this greasy thing, which we're not going to do because it's just going to be a monumental painus in the anus, we're going to show you a little bit of a life hack you can do with a screwdriver. So join me and Sackface back under the car. We need a hammer as well.
Oh, hello.
So basically guys, what you can do, this is kind of a last ditch, but not really, so you can actually just punch a screwdriver through the side of your oil filter and use that to wrench it out. There you go, see?
It's the plan.
But typically you would want to remove this with a wrench, but this is kind of a last ditch effort, a little bit of a life hack for you guys. Alright, got the old oil filter off, just plop her right in the container.
A slight mess.
Just a slight mess. Alright boys, now that we have the old oil filter the old oil filter off, we're going to prepare the new one for installation. So when you take out your oil filter, you notice it has this rubber seal on it. You want to prep this rubber seal by rubbing just a little bit of oil on it with your finger. Alright boys, now we have a little bit of oil smeared on the gasket. We're going to install it, and then all it's left to do is just fill the car with oil, and then you have successfully completed your oil change. So let's get back under the car for the last time. So you just want to find the threads.
Tight as you can with your hand.
Alright, so now the oil filter's on. We're going to slide out and just fill her up, then you're done. Alright guys, the last step to this is adding the oil. Definitely look in your owner's manual, but this takes 5. I've changed it before. You just want to add this slowly and keep checking your dipstick as you go. That's really the true test. You check your dipstick, and then after that, I mean, you're good to go. Pouring it sideways helps when your jug is super full. There's literally a feather in this funnel. You could not find me a cleaner funnel. America was built on this stuff. Now, just make sure your cap's on good. Boom. Make sure that you go and properly dispose of all the old oil. So let's go do that. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Real South Dakota Man. Huge shout out to Isaac for helping me out with it. I hope you guys like this new kind of series, little format type thing we're doing. The basics of doing anything. I don't know, I think it's a cool concept. Just little short little videos of stuff that you really should know how to do to be a successful person in life. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Real South Dakota Men. Stay tuned.